I remember playing all the time. All I do is think about you. Hey, you and me got love, and it's looking so good. First one, Stevie Wonder. I know, it goes without saying. Because the crazy thing is, I haven't met a musician that has had anything negative to say about Stevie Wonder. Why? Because there's very little negative to say about Stevie Wonder. I mean, I've met him, which was crazy, and he was the nicest ever. Goes without saying, his musical genius, and he's just a remarkable musician. My earliest memory of Stevie Wonder, oh my goodness, probably about the age of maybe 4 or 5. My dad, anytime I would spend time with him, he would always just be like, I just called to say I love you. And I had no idea. I just thought he was just singing a song. I just called to say how much I care. That song, he was singing to me every time, we were face to face. And he's like, I love you, babe. I just want you to know that I love you. And I'd be like, oh, thanks, daddy. And singing that song with him, I didn't really put two and two together because I didn't hear the song. I only knew the song with my dad singing it to me. So that is my earliest memory of Stevie Wonder. And then my mother had albums. So she had probably every Stevie album. And I remember Keys in the Song of Life. And I remember that album, Blaster Blaster. And he has like the long braids, and it's almost like a cartoon, but it's not a cartoon. It's like sketched out. You have beads at the bottom, and the trim has black around it, and he's looking up, and it's black. It's like Jamaican colors, basically: black, orange, red, green, and I think it's like sweat. Just like, dang, this is such a cool album cover. Like, he kind of started getting me in the habit of like turning over the cover or pulling out the sleeve of the cover, just reading the credits. It's so interesting that these things teach you. Like, these are things that legitimately taught me, and it was so cool. So one of my very, very favorite Stevie songs, and I'll probably sing it later, was Rocket Love. Oh my gosh, I love that song. I ran it in the hole. Oh my gosh, I just thought that was so impeccably written. I was just like, wow, a female Shakespeare of your time with looks that blow Picasso's mind. And I was probably a good, 13, 14. And I just remember being like, wow, that's so crazy. I could never write like that. And I didn't even realize, because I really started writing at about 8. But I didn't realize how crucial writing was. I just thought it was like everybody wrote. I remember being so captivated by his musicianship. Like, I just remember thinking to myself, like, his musicianship is like next level, especially since now I'm in the habit of reading the credits. It's like, imagine being a kid and you're just reading the credits and you're just like, Stevie, written by Stevie, produced by Stevie, played by Stevie. Nobody was like, yo, Stevie Wonder's amazing, he's remarkable. If you want to learn something about music, you need to learn about Stevie Wonder. Like, nobody was doing that. Like, it was literally me looking at these albums and putting two and two together, like, he did everything. So I always would say, like, oh, I just need to meet Stevie. I actually met him. I was backstage in Lauryn Hill's dressing room, yes. And he was just talking, and I was just staring at him like, because at this point, there's such a level of nostalgia. You're literally just processing, like, I read your albums. I snuck and played your albums. You're Stevie Wonder. You're a huge influence on my life. You're right here. You're amazing. I remember being the first person to ask for a picture. And he was like, yeah, sure. Everybody was like, it was like the record stop. Everybody said, oh, can I get a picture too? Can I? We all got the same picture. Like, it's so crazy. But Stevie was so impactful and still is. I actually collect albums and I get the artist to sign them. And he is like top 3, one of the artists that I need to sign my albums. I literally bought, thinking that we were going to see him again, I bought like 4 albums, mind you, albums that I already had, but I rebought them because I was on the road and I was like, I could not miss the opportunity of getting these albums signed. He helped really sculpture my writing, how I heard things, how I hear music, not being afraid to just try different chords. And I just appreciate his impact in Black music. So, Stevie Wonder, I love you. If you're watching this, can I mail my album somewhere for you to sign?